This is Eddie Hearn, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So some really good news to close out the year of 2016. It is pretty much official, according to Eddie Hearn, because all the terms have been agreed upon. Vladimir Klitschko will be facing Anthony Joshua December 10th in Manchester, England. Now, this right here is a really big fight. Anthony Joshua is taking a big step up in competition. He's going up against the most dominant heavyweight in the last 10 years. So when you hear some fans say Vladimir Klitschko is old and this is just a mismatch in favor of Anthony Joshua, don't believe it, because it's not true. Because if you have been paying attention to Vladimir Klitschko's career, he's been fighting the exact same way for the last 5 or 10 years. When he fought Tyson Fury the exact same way he fought David Haye, he fought Povetkin, and other opponents. Ever since Vladimir Klitschko got knocked out by Layman Brewster, Vladimir Klitschko has been using that jab and grab style. And that's another reason why we know that he's not old, because that jab and grab style, in a certain way, it pretty much preserves his career. Because he's not taking a lot of punishment. He refuses to take a lot of punishment. But the problem for Vladimir is it's much more difficult to be effective with that type of style when you're in the ring with someone who's your exact same size or taller than you are. On top of all of that, being athletic and strong and confident, having the confidence of an undefeated fighter like Anthony Joshua. So he'll try to grab Anthony Joshua, but I don't think he'll be as effective, just like he wasn't that effective against a taller Tyson Fury. So this is a great fight. You know, and we get to gauge Anthony Joshua's performance compared to Tyson Fury's performance, because I'm almost sure that if Anthony Joshua wins this fight, he'll do it in a much more impressive fashion than Tyson Fury did. Something else I want to commend Vladimir Klitschko for is the fact that he was willing to fight Anthony Joshua in his own backyard. That's right, because this fight is going to take place in England. You know, when it comes to Vladimir Klitschko, he's used to fighting in his own backyard. But I think Vladimir Klitschko, he understands he's not the champion anymore. And that's why you have to give him a lot of credit, because he's like, look, man, I just want a title shot. I don't care if I have to fight a young, strong man. I don't care if I have to fight in his own backyard. I just want another title shot. So you got to give props to Vladimir for that. But this is an uphill battle, no doubt about it. It's definitely an uphill battle. You know, having that type of crowd against you in favor of Anthony Joshua. I mean, Anthony Joshua he's not a flawless fighter. And Vladimir Klitschko, he still has a very powerful right hand. He still has a very educated jab. I like how Vladimir Klitschko, he throws the jab, and when you think he's about to set you up with a right hand, you're waiting for the right hand to come, and he'll surprise you with a quick check hook right after throwing the jab. So Vladimir Klitschko, he's pretty smart in the ring. It'll be really interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how Anthony Joshua deals with this type of opponent. This is a huge step up in competition for Anthony Joshua. There's no bigger test than Vladimir Klitschko as far as I'm concerned. Don't get me wrong, there's still some top-notch heavyweights out there like Wilder, King Kong Ortiz, but when it comes to stepping up in competition, this is graduation day for Anthony Joshua. Something else I wanted to say about Anthony. Do you guys notice how Anthony Joshua is obviously praised in the UK? Matter of fact, in the UK, when it comes to boxing fans, those are the most purest, non-biased boxing fans I truly believe in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say racism doesn't exist in the UK, because of course it does. But when it comes to boxing, that is one of the countries where those fans, they don't care how you look, what your religion is, your skin color. As long as you are a British boxer, they will support you and they will give you the credit that you deserve, right? I say this because it's the contrary when it comes to America. Think about this for a second. Now, you know how you always hear all these fans, they try to justify why Gennady Golovkin, he gets praised so much, from the fans. You always hear these fans say, oh, come on, man. The reason why Golovkin is praised so much because he gets knockouts. If you want to get respect from the fans, you have to get knockouts, etc., etc., etc. So if that is the case, why is it when Anthony Joshua gets knockouts, and a lot of his knockouts are even more impressive than Golovkin's? Some of them, don't get me wrong. Golovkin has impressive knockouts, but some of Anthony Joshua's knockouts are more impressive than Golovkin's. And not only that, but I truly believe the fact that you have Anthony Joshua, he's fighting at the heavyweight division. Unlike Gennady Golovkin, sometimes Golovkin, he faces guys, they don't have anywhere near the type of power that he has. So he goes in there with the power advantage. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, almost everyone he's getting in the ring with, almost all of these guys have heavyweight power, right? So he doesn't really have that luxury and that advantage that Gennady Golovkin does. And Anthony Joshua, he still gets the job done. He doesn't conform. He doesn't change his style. He doesn't try to fight a safety first style because the guy he's in the ring with is strong, like when Golovkin fought against Lemieux. Anthony Joshua still fights the same aggressive style. Now, he may tweak a couple of things and be a little bit more intelligent with his attack, but for the most part, he's still trying to knock you out every single round. So if that's the case, once again, you have a guy knocking everyone out. Why isn't he getting the same type of reception that Gennady Golovkin is getting? If all lives matter, like some of you hypocritical people would say, then shouldn't all boxing lives matter, right? If all boxers that get knockouts, if they all matter, then that means Anthony Joshua should be getting the exact same reception. But we know what time it is at the end of the day, don't we? See, this is the problem with fans lying to justify their bias or their racism, is when you lie, you get exposed as being very disingenuous, very insincere. The reason why is because you're going to sit over here and you're going to say, oh, well, this is the reason why I don't like him, because I like guys that get knockouts, right? Now, then all of a sudden, a guy on a coincidental list comes along, he's getting knockouts. He may be getting even more impressive knockouts. And you're still not giving him that praise. So now you get exposed as a hypocrite, right? No different than trying to justify why you don't like Errol Spence. Oh, I don't like that guy. That guy, I think he's on steroids. No way someone on a coincidental list can get knockouts like that. He must be on steroids, right? Then all of a sudden, when Golovkin comes along, well, that's the reason why everyone loves him, because he gets knockouts, right? If someone were to insinuate or imply that Gennady Golovkin was on the juice, fans would lose their minds, right? We know what time it is. So at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua is going down. He's facing Vladimir Klitschko December 10th. It's all but official. It hasn't officially been announced yet. Eddie Hearn said both fighters have agreed to all terms, all money. They're just sorting out the paperwork right now. So that's pretty much it. But I look forward to watching this fight. And I truly believe the winner of this fight is the king of the heavyweight division. Whoever wins this fight will most likely have the most complete resume in the heavyweight division. And since I believe Anthony Joshua will win this fight, I'm going to say if he wins this fight once again with no controversy, then you would have to look at Anthony Joshua as the man to beat at the heavyweight division. And now that Luis King Kong Ortiz has signed with Eddie Hearn, that fight is going to happen for sure. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So I want to try out this new Shure SM57 microphone that I just got. Want to see if I'm going to need phantom power. I'm looking at the audio graphic, and I see it's not going up that high. So I have a good feeling that this shit is not going to sound good. Let's go ahead and test it out.